مباشرة.
16
Tensions between Israel and Iran have been simmering for decades. The two countries are locked in a bitter rivalry. This rivalry is fueled by ideological differences and strategic interests. Recent events have brought these tensions to a boiling point. Hezbollah's attacks on Israel, believed to be backed by Iran, have escalated the situation. Israel sees Iran's growing influence in the region as a direct threat. Iran supports groups like Hezbollah, which directly challenge Israel's security. The recent attacks have made it clear that the situation is becoming unsustainable. Israel feels compelled to act to protect its citizens and interests. The question is, what form will that action take, and what will the consequences be? The world watches with bated breath as the situation unfolds. In response to escalating attacks, Israel has launched a ground offensive into Lebanon. This offensive targets Hezbollah, the Iran-backed group operating within Lebanon's borders. Israel's objective is to degrade Hezbollah's military capabilities and diminish Iran's influence in the region. The operation involves targeted airstrikes against Hezbollah facilities. Ground troops are engaging in direct combat with Hezbollah fighters. Israel aims to push Hezbollah forces north, away from its borders. This is a risky strategy. It could lead to a wider conflict. Israel believes that crippling Hezbollah is crucial to containing Iran. Hezbollah is a proxy for Iran. Weakening Hezbollah weakens Iran's reach. The success of this operation remains to be seen. The risks are high and the stakes are even higher. The international community has reacted with a mixture of concern and condemnation to Israel's actions. The United States, a staunch ally of Israel, has expressed support for Israel's right to defend itself. However, it has urged restraint and called for a de-escalation of the conflict. Other nations have been more critical. They see Israel's actions as a dangerous escalation. They fear a wider war in the region. Humanitarian organizations are worried about the impact on civilians caught in the crossfire. The conflict has also highlighted the deep divisions within the international community. Finding a peaceful resolution seems increasingly difficult. The risk of miscalculation and further escalation remains high. Section 4, A Tangled Web. The current conflict between Israel and Hezbollah is part of a much larger geopolitical puzzle. Iran's regional ambitions, the Syrian civil war, and the rivalry between Saudi Arabia and Iran all play a role. Understanding this complex web of alliances and enmities is crucial to understanding the current crisis. Iran's support for Hezbollah is part of its strategy to project power in the region. Hezbollah provides Iran with a foothold in Lebanon and a powerful tool to use against Israel. This strategy has put Iran at odds with Israel and its allies. The Syrian civil war has further complicated the situation. Iran's support for the Assad regime has brought it into conflict with Israel, which sees Iran's presence in Syria as a threat. The situation is a tinderbox, and any misstep could ignite a wider conflagration. Section 5, A Future on the Brink. The potential consequences of a wider conflict between Israel and Iran are almost too dire to contemplate. Such a war would be devastating for the entire region. It could draw in global powers, leading to a wider conflagration. The humanitarian cost would be catastrophic. Millions of people would be displaced. Countless lives would be lost. The economic impact would be felt worldwide. Global trade would be disrupted, and energy prices would skyrocket. The possibility of a nuclear exchange, while remote, cannot be entirely discounted. The stakes are incredibly high. The world must find a way to de-escalate the situation and prevent a catastrophe. The future of the region, and perhaps the world, hangs in the balance.